Hi, Assalamualaikum. So today we are going to present to you about food contamination awareness. Our group consists of 4 members, which are MAIZATUL, AKALIL, ZAINUDDIN and FIRDAUS.
Now we go on to the introduction. Food contamination refers to the unintended presence of harmful substances or microorganisms in food, which can pose health risks when consumed. Contamination can be biological, involving bacteria, viruses or parasites, chemical, involving pesticides, additives or toxins, or physical, involving foreign objects like metal or glass. It can occur at any stage of food production, from farming and processing to preparation and storage. Prevention food contamination is crucial for ensuring food safety and involves proper hygiene, cooking and handling practices to minimize the risk of foodborne illnesses.
Food contamination can occur due to various factors. Let's explore some of the common causes. First of all, pesticide and agrochemical. Pesticides are chemicals used to protect crops from pests, disease and weeds. When applied excessively or incorrectly, they can leave residue on fruit, vegetables and grains. This residue may persist even after washing or cooking. Long-term exposure to pesticide residues can lead to health issues such as cancer, developmental disorder and hormonal imbalance. The second one is food additive. Some food additives like preservative, colorants and flavor enhancer are used to improve taste, appearance and shelf life. However, excessive consumption can be harmful. High intake of certain additives may cause allergic reaction or other adverse effects. Next is contaminated water. Water used during food preparation such as washing vegetables and cooking can introduce harmful microorganisms if it is contaminated. Ingesting waterborne pathogen can cause gastrointestinal illness. Cross-contamination also one of the causes of food contamination. Cross-contamination occurs when raw food, especially meat, come into contact with ready-to-eat food. Using the same cutting board or utensil for both can transfer harmful pathogen. Cross-contamination increases the risk of foodborne infection. Handling different types of food like raw chicken and solid ingredient without proper cleaning also can lead to cross-contamination. Last but not least, poor hygiene practices. For personal hygiene, food handlers who don't wash their hands properly can introduce pathogen because contaminated hands can transfer harmful microorganisms to food. For kitchen hygiene, dirty surfaces, utensils and kitchen equipment can contaminate food, so we must keep the environment clean to avoid food contamination.
So next, we will look at health effect. For health effect, we have 2 conditions. First, acute effect and second, chronic effect. For acute effect, it can have serious consequences like dehydration and death, or moderate symptoms like nausea and vomiting. For example, contaminated water or food could have Vibrio cholerae, which can lead to fatal dehydration. And for chronic effects, chronic exposure to toxin in the chemical environment can cause illness like cancer, particularly exposed to digestive contamination from chemical and pesticide, particularly children. Infectious disease. Infectious disease are acute effects that caused by bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli and Listeria. These bacteria can lead to symptoms such as fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain and diarrhea. For example, E. coli contaminate in undercooked beef, Listeria in unpasteurized dairy product and Salmonella in raw poultry and eggs. Toxic reaction. Toxic reaction resulting from chemical contaminants include pesticide and heavy metal such as lead and mercury. Acute exposure can cause immediate symptoms like nausea, vomiting and neurological effects. Chronic exposure may lead to long-term health issues such as cancer and reproductive problems. Examples of toxic reactions are mercury in fish, lead in water or food containers, and pesticide residue on fruits and vegetables.
Now, let's jump into the solutions. First, we need to focus on personal hygiene where we need to wash hands regularly, especially after going to the bathroom to remove harmful microorganisms. Wearing a clean uniform prevents dirt and bacteria from clothing contaminating food. Refraining from smoking avoids introducing ash, chemicals, and saliva to food. Staying at home when sick to stop the spread of pathogens to food and others. And lastly, placing a band-aid on cuts to shield food from bacteria and prevent infection. Food storage. To ensure food safety, it's essential to always keep raw meats, unpasteurized dairy, and other high-risk food types separate from the rest of your supply to prevent cross-contamination with ready-to-eat foods. Regularly check food for expiration, discarding items such as moldy bread, off-milk, rotten meat, and moldy cheese to avoid consuming spoiled or unsafe food. And never mix raw and cooked foods in storage. Ideally, use separate refrigerators and freezers for raw goods. If separate storage isn't feasible, place raw foods on the lowest shelves to prevent their juices from contaminating other products. Promptly refrigerate cooked foods to prevent bacterial growth, but ensure they have cooled down sufficiently before refrigeration to avoid raising the fridge temperature and compromising the safety of other stored food. When handling and preparing food, separate utensils and cleaning products, for examples, bowls, spatulas, chopping boards, etc. in the preparation of raw foods which are meat, fish, vegetables, and ready-to-eat or cooked food. When weighing out or blending raw ingredients, lay protective paper towels, containers, or food wrap on hardware such as scales, boards, and slits to prevent cross-contamination. Cooked foods should reach an internal temperature of 70 degrees Celsius for 2 full minutes in order to kill bacteria. Additionally, it is important to avoid touching cooked foods. Always use tongs, spoons, and similar utensils wherever you can to reduce manual handling as far as realistically possible. Cleaning. Immediately clean and disinfect, ideally with a sanitizer product, on any areas and utensils involved in the preparation of raw ingredients. Regularly inspect all areas and utensils involved in food storage or preparation for cleanliness. Ensure the same cloths, sponges, and other cleaning or wiping products aren't used in different areas of the kitchen or food service area. Pest control. First, rodents. We need to look for alive or dead bodies, dropping or smear marks against walls, glow-in-the-dark urine, damaged packaging, damaged electrical wires and wood, scratching, gnawing noises, and weird smells. For insects, we need to look for adults, eggs, maggots, dropping from cockroaches or flies, unusual smells, especially from roaches. For waste handling and disposal, monitor the adequate provision of both indoor and outdoor waste bins and recycling facilities. Ensure indoor and outdoor waste bins have closable, well-fitting lids. Indoor bins must be properly lined and protected with easy-to-remove refuse sacks and pedal-operated to minimize hand contact.
Now for the conclusion. In conclusion, lowering food contamination is critical to sustaining consumer confidence in food supply, safeguarding economic stability, and preserving health. Effective laws, public knowledge, and collaboration amongst the food industry's stakeholders are necessary.